Hi, my name is Brett. I'm your expat agent here in Costa Rica, and I want to share with you something that I've been waiting for many years. And in fact, I put my deposit down on this in July 26th of 2021. So over 2 years, been waiting for this, and now we finally have Starlink here in Costa Rica. So what I want to do today is show you everything you need to do before you order your Starlink, what you can expect and how to get it ordered to your home here in Costa Rica, as well as showing you the results I got and testing it out and seeing if the obstructions I have are going to be a problem or not. So let's dig into it. Before you do anything, make sure to download the Starlink app and follow these steps. Click on the Initiate Configuration, and you're able to pick the standard rectangular dish and check for obstructions. So what will happen is your camera will open up and you just point it up to the sky and find all the green dots, and it'll tell you if there's anything in your view of the satellites. Now, I went through and did this all over my property trying to find the best possible spot, and where I ended up, of course, was on the roof here where I had the clearest view. Now, mine's not perfect, and to be fair, when I first did this 2 years ago, I had a lot less trees grown up in my view. So we'll see how it works, but I've got, as you can see here, some bamboo on the left-hand side that are blocking a pretty good part of my sky view. Once you do this, you'll see a result come through, and the results will show a 3D map of all of the areas that are obscured. And here in Costa Rica, you'll notice that to the north is where most of the satellites are. So if you look at your house, which way is north, and if there's a mountain or trees, you might have issues with Starlink. Okay, so you've checked for obstructions and you're ready to order. So you go either to the app or you can go to the website. It asks for an address, and as you know, we don't have addresses here in Costa Rica, but if you type in a number, you can also pick the option of set location on map. This is the service address, so you need to just zoom in and it'll eventually highlight that you can order now, and you just click on your location. For shipping, it's a little bit different. Once you go through the ordering process, it'll show you the equipment price and the monthly fee, and you can pay with Apple Pay or with a credit card. You can see now the equipment is 219,000 colones. So the challenge is the delivery address, and I had a little bit of an experience where my package got stuck in the DHL processing facility. I finally found the correct number, and when I called it, there was actually an option specifically for Starlink delivery. So there is a lot of Starlinks coming into the country. What they would normally do is ask for a DHL location close by that you can pick it up. I actually got a little bit of a peek behind the curtain. I got to go to the main DHL facility and see all of the Starlinks sitting there ready for distribution and delivery, and they let me pick it up there. But going forward, I think it would be easier if you have it shipped to a DHL office that's near you. So when you enter the address, find that first and put that as your delivery option. So I was able to pick up my Starlink in San Jose and brought it home. So here it is. Been waiting for over 2 years now. We finally got it here in Costa Rica. This is the Starlink. And don't know exactly which option we ended up with. I think it's the standard, but we will see. So it comes with the standard metal mount. It does have holes for screws in there. That's the dish itself with all the instructions. We'll go over that in a minute. This is the connector, power, and I guess the Wi-Fi router all built in one. Power cord. And the cable. So that's everything. It's a little dusty, but looks like it might have been opened up. And that looks like everything. So we've got to find a place where this is long enough. Didn't get any accessories, and considering how long it took to get here, that's a specialty cable that you have to get from Starlink. So it does come off on each end. So if you can get a different cable. That looks like a proprietary cable. So it is a proprietary cable, and now that I've looked through a little bit more, you can actually see all the different options that are available in the store. As I'm measuring here, I'm actually measuring this out. It's about 15 meters or 50 feet, but there is an option for a 75-foot and 150-foot cable. So if you think you're going to need a little bit more, order that with the Starlink. So you can see all the different options that are available on the store, but pretty much everything you need to get started. Like I said, 50 feet of cable seems to work pretty well, gives you a lot of range. And then there's different mounts and poles and different options for mounting the dish itself. So if you can get that located with the app and figure out exactly where you're going to put it, you can maybe get that figured out before making your order and try to get everything all at once. Okay, now for the installation. Like I said, because this is a proprietary cable, I wanted to be very careful with it, so I covered it up with some plastic bag before taping it up. And I actually have another cable run that was through my house that I'm going to just tape this onto and use it as a pole wire. And this is just, like I said, electrical tape, and I'm putting it over this plastic bag so that the cable doesn't get all gummy as I'm doing this, and also just to help give it an extra level of protection. And there you go. So then it's just get up on the ladder here, and I'm going to tape it onto this existing wire that has enough slack for me to pull it through and pull it up onto the roof. Here it is just coming through, and so it took a little bit of scraping up there, but it's all good. I'll hop up on the roof, and for now I'm going to put it just on the roof ridge. That's probably not my permanent location, but I wanted to get it up here and just test it before I get a pole mount and get it mounted a little bit higher. So we're just going to put it right on the top of the ridge. You can kind of see, again, where everything's at. And like I said, the cable does come out of the back of the dish itself. So you just take it off the mount, and you can kind of see here, that's where the cable goes. So it slides in there first before plugging into the feet. Once that's all done, you just connect up the router, and in a few seconds it'll come to life, and you'll see the dish actually start rotating and finding signal. So as it's doing this, it's going to set up. I had to do a couple different things with downloading and updating the software. And as it was checking for obstructions, it said it'll take up to 6 hours to know all the obstructions. So I'll go through these tests and let you know. So after plugging everything in, after a few seconds, I went back to the app and started the setup process. So it just asks you to connect to the Starlink Wi-Fi network, and it'll go through step by step. You can pair it up like you did here, and then it'll ask for you to name your network, put in your security code, all of that. So you can kind of see I'm getting some initial reports here of what's going on, the Wi-Fi configuration, asking for a name and a password. So pick that up, and once you put that in, it should be good to go. So like I said, it does say it's going to take several hours for it to get a full report on obstructions. I'm getting quite a few obstructions right off the bat. Again, with those bamboo trees, all that bamboo in the back there, it's definitely obscuring a big part of the sky. So we'll see how it looks like tomorrow, if it figures it out, if it resolves that, or if it is going to be an issue long term. But I did do some initial speed tests, and I was getting over 100 megabytes per second. In fact, it was like 150 to 200 during some of my first tests. And again, like I said, it was updating software and going through several different setup processes. So it's still kind of getting itself stable. So did some initial speed tests, and when it's free and clear and seeing the sky, we're getting well over 100 megabits per second. And this is all within the app, so there's a speed test option right in the app. And you can also go through and see all the different dropouts and any issues that you're having. So it's really helpful to kind of see if it's going to be an issue or not with dropouts or obstructions. And then this is just going to continue to download and check to see if those obstructions are going to cause a problem. So that was the initial test. And later this night, I actually had an interesting situation where we got a real heavy rainstorm. Okay, as I'm editing this video, I had a chance to kind of check in and see if it has a better reporting of obstructions, and it does. So not a big surprise, knew that was going to be an issue. What is kind of interesting is it's showing this blue triangle to the south. So maybe as more satellites are being launched, maybe that's going to keep improving our availability. But as we expected, we've got a little too much obstruction back there, and it's causing consistent delays and things like that. So, but still doing a speed test, and you can see the results are still really good. So if we can just get it up a little bit higher and pass those obstructions, we should see really great speeds and hopefully not have the interruptions that we are currently seeing. So hope this was helpful for everyone. That you can see at the end here, as we go out, we can go into some additional advanced tests showing speeds between the router as well as between the Starlink. So again, thanks for joining. Please like and subscribe. This is a new channel that we're hoping to help expats navigate Costa Rica, and we are going to be mixing some property tours and real estate along with other things like this going forward. So thank you so much for joining me, and hope to see you soon.